Who should the MVP trophy for all of time be named after? Because isn't it weird that it's not named? First of all, it's been around forever, and you don't. If I ask you what the Heisman Trophy is, you can do the pose.
Right.
You don't have that for pro football.
That
Who
is
should
true.
it be?
Are you talking like MVP of life or like just
No,
MVP
of
of
football.
football?
Of life? What do we need? We need an MVP of life?
I didn't know. All time?
All time, yeah.
Who's won it the most?
It's a good question. Maybe Peyton?
Peyton Manning now has more touchdown passes than any other player in NFL history.
Throw his name on it.
Peyton Manning and Tom Brady, you know what I'm saying, what they did over their years, and they've been playing real good in a couple years. They've been in the league for like 14, 18 years, 17 years. So
yeah.
I mean, I grew up looking at them guys. So man, it's definitely got to be Peyton or Tom Brady.
I mean, I grew up in Wisconsin, so I was a Reggie White guy growing up.
Here is the quarterback, Bledsoe. Here they come again. There's Reggie, got him. Down he goes at the 22-yard line.
That's not a bad one.
Yeah, it's not a bad one, but I've heard they're not a huge fan of defensive players, so I don't know.
I don't know. Reggie White MVP. I'm a pass rush.
So what would his pose be?
He's probably doing some type of, muscle man type deal. I don't know for sure, but, he's doing something like that.
Either Jerry or Joe.
Montana launches it for the end zone. Jerry Rice! Oh, what a catch by Rice!
I mean, I guess as a receiver, I want to keep it in the group. So I say, the Jerry Rices, the Mosses, those guys that kind of set the level of standard, for guys like myself and other guys in this league.
My favorite player, who you name it after, would be Jim Brown.
Jim Brown. That'd be a good one.
That would be one for me.
What pose would he strike? Because the Heisman's got this one. What do you think? What would Jim Brown's iconic pose?
I think he'd be running somebody over.
My favorite player of all time. He just retired last year, two years ago.
Ray Lewis. I love Ray Lewis, the passion he plays with on the field.
Just dance when he came out.
What was it? I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, how'd it go?
Yeah.
Like that?
Yeah.
Do it again. I want to see what that looks like. That's his pose? So this is a big deal.
All time, all players.
Yes.
Stick to the home team, Barry Sanders.
It has to be, something where he's like about to juke somebody, seem like he's about to plant on his right foot, about to cut left. It got to be something like that because that's what he's known for. If you don't play running back, I might be a little biased to the running back position, but I think it should be named after him or Walter Payton.
Walter Payton.
Yeah, sweetness. Probably one of his poses when he stiff on somebody on the way to the end zone.
I think he's the greatest football player ever. So
what would the pose be on this MVP trophy?
probably him jumping over the goal line.
That'd be a cool looking one. Just like a horizontal looking one.
It should be somebody from like the 30s. For sure.
The 30s?
The 30s or the 40s. MVP of the league?
Yeah. The 30s or 40s.
Yeah.
Who was watching football back then?
Old people.
How about if it is the Broadway Joe Award for all the time? Wouldn't that be cool? What would you want the pose to be?
Well, there's a classic jump pass that I threw. It's and I used to throw some jump passes, and one time my daughter says, "Oh, Daddy, look how high you are." I said, "Honey, the ball's gone. I'm coming down."